The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it's time to focus for this St. Patrick's Day edition as we are focusing on the White Sox and Cubs. And I am not alone, as of course, yesterday, today, and tomorrow, I'm joined by the It Factor. So let's fire up the Hello Hotline. And It Factor, it's St. Patrick's Day. Are you Irish, It Factor? Are you celebrating at all?
Well, I'm drinking a lot of green tea. Let's put it that way. I'm drinking a lot of green tea. That's as far as my Irish roots go, and my bed covers are green today. So there you go.
There we go.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, Chicago.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Oh, that was a good answer. We're gonna start this off with the Chicago White Sox, and most years it would be kind of dull to talk about them, but right now we're gonna get into their starting rotation. Last week we did their starting lineup, so let's. This is the rotation they got so far. Their opening day starter is going to be Shane Smith. He's a right-handed pitcher. Davis Martin's their number 2. Anthony Kay's their number 3. He was a Chicago Cub. Eric Fetty going to be their number 4. They got rid of him. They traded him last trade deadline, I believe, to the Cardinals. And then Sean Burke's going to be their righty, number 5. Now, when you look at this rotation, It Factor, it's not pretty. It's not good, but because this is their weakness. I think the White Sox offense is going to be key. But when you think pitching, that's probably where a lot of their problems are going to come in 2026.
Well, young and unproven. Mm-hmm. It's exciting, but you just never know. It's the unknown. You never know. That's how it can happen. But you gotta try something, because whatever they've been doing hasn't been working. I'm happy that they're trying to do something. That's what I'm happy about. I mean, they're not going to sign no big names or nothing like that. That's for sure. But let's see what happens. You never know. I mean, it can't get any worse, right? Or can it?
No, I mean, a few years ago, they broke the record for the most losses in a season. And then last year they started hitting better. And I think they got Colson Montgomery. They got a key. I mean, it sucks that their starting catcher got hurt in the World Baseball Classic. He's out 4 to 6 weeks. Kyle Teal, he's gone. He's out. So that sucks. But I think overall, I think this is but your thoughts, though, that's what I want to ask you. Your thoughts on the rebuild? I
like their shortstop. I think that's Montgomery.
Yep,
I really like him. Mm-hmm. I like him. Acuna in center field, I like him also. And then Austin Hayes in left field, I like him also. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think they got some good players, but like I said, not proven players. But that's how everybody starts. You got to start somewhere. You never know what can happen. It's like I always say, it's not who you play, it's when you play them, and it's for the first time in a long time, I just might sit down and watch a few games to see what happens.
Exactly, they're fun.
So that's where I stand. Before I wouldn't even, I used to change the channel, don't even bother. I actually know some of the players they got.
Yeah.
Last time I was with them was when they had Eloy Jimenez, all those guys, and look how that went, all that promise and everything, and nothing. You don't even hear about those guys no more.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So let's see what happens. You just don't know. But I'm going to definitely keep track of them. I'm definitely going to keep track and see what happens. I'm going to give them a chance. That's for sure. I think the whole Chicago should give them a chance.
For sure.
And
I said that last week when we went through their starting lineup. I said that the fact that the names are recognizable to a Cub fan, that tells you something. So I'm excited to see what they can do offensively. But that is the White Sox starting rotation. They had about over 60 wins last year, and hopefully they'll continue to grow. They're gonna cause problems for those top teams in the American League Central. So that is the White Sox. Now we're gonna shift gears. Now it's time to go to the north side and take a look at their starting rotation. Let's focus on the
The
Cubs.
following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Okay, let's take a look. We have here's the Cubs starting rotation right now. The overall, I think this is their strong suit. This is something, even though they struggled with last year, the rotation this year, I think for the Cubs is going to be much better. You see right here, it's going to be Cade Horton as their number one, even though just that unbelievable second half that he had. Then you have Matthew Boyd, the lefty, who has been announced as their opening day starter in 9 days. Edward Cabrera, they traded their number one prospect for him, so there's a lot of pressure going in on Edward Cabrera, the number 4 starter. A lot of questions, I think, on these last two guys. Shota Imanaga had a terrible second half last year. He hasn't had a good spring. They're hoping. I mean, he should have started the last game against the Brewers, but unfortunately, offensively, he just did not show up, or pitching wise, did not show up. The home run ball. And then 5, Jamison Tyone, who still has struggled. He got rocked on Sunday by the Dodgers. So, I mean, he pitched 2 very good games for the Cubs in the playoffs, but unfortunately, in the spring so far, he hasn't pitched well. He did pitch for Team Canada as well. So, It Factor, your thoughts on the Cubs starting rotation? Something that they definitely put a lot of work into over the winter.
I believe top 5. You know, their power ranking in baseball right now is 5. Okay, and they're 5 because of their pitching.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they're 5. And I looked into that, and they're 5. Their power ranking is number 5. You know, it's best teams, and it's because of their pitching strength. So let's see what happens. You know, the only concern I got, besides the pitching, you know, the Suzuki got hurt yesterday. I don't know if you knew that.
Yeah, he got hurt. Yes, he got hurt. Yes,
sliding into second base. You know, that's big. You know what I mean? That's kind of a little scary. But as far as pitching goes, on paper, man, it looks like they can be really, really good. You know, really, really good. So we shall see.
For sure.
I'm excited about them.
Now the question, though,
had me a little worried.
The question, yeah, I know the Suzuki thing, and hopefully we get an answer to that if soon, because they on Sunday, Craig Counsell said that it looks like it's going to be he's flying back from Japan, or flying back from because that happened, I believe, in Houston or Miami, one of the two, and he's flying back, and he's Arizona. So hopefully nothing on Monday. So hopefully sometime today there's some kind of answer, and hopefully it's just a bone bruise. If it's a week or two, might miss spring training or might miss the opening day. But I think they got outfielders, so hopefully that'll be the case. And he's not a good outfielder anyway, so hopefully he'll just go back to being a DH. But my question to you is for the Cubs, and I think everyone wants to know this, is can the Cubs finally surpass the Brewers and win the National League Central? They almost have to this year.
Honestly speaking, I really do. I think they do. I think they can. Even though the Brewers always come up with, pitchers, they got a good farm system. They know how to develop pitchers. But I think this is the year. They're getting rid of Peralta, I believe it was. I think it's going to hurt them big time. I think that's going to make a big, big difference. You know what I mean? So I think that the Cubs can win the division, and if everything goes right, who knows? You just don't know. If everybody stays in and they get hurt, there's no serious injuries, you've probably seen that in the World Series. You just never know. But they got the team. I mean, they got the team to do it. So I'm excited about seeing that. In fact, I went to the building and brought on some old Cubs gear that I got.
It is the thing, though, It Factor. I've heard a rumor that all of your teams, no matter what, your team always wins a championship. How does that happen, It Factor?
Oh, man, I got the winning formula. Listen. So I'm basically like with football, what I do is this is how I win all kind of championships. I pick my team with like 30 seconds left in the game, you know? That's
the Super Bowl?
And, yeah, that's my that is That is my remedy.
You-
And if the other team that's losing with 30 seconds left and they come back and win, then guess what? That's my team. So guess what? I'm a champion. You know what I mean?
You are
And I
undefeated.
know people, yo, I'm undefeated, bro. I got so many rings that I got to start putting them on my toes. You know what I mean? So I don't know what to do.
Oh, you're like
I know,
Phil. You're like,
if this keeps on, I don't do piercings, but I just might start. You know what I mean?
oh, geez. You're like Bill
We'll see
Russell
what
and
happens with that.
you're like Bill Russell and Phil Jackson. And if you're doing piercings, then you're Dennis Rodman as well. So way way to go.
I don't know. I put a big ring in between through my nose. I think that'll be a little painful. But hey, if you're a champion, you got to sacrifice. And I'm willing to sacrifice.
You do. And speaking of champions, tomorrow you're going to be joining us one more day, and we're going to be talking about March Madness. So I really need your help because I got a big bet. We'll talk about it tomorroh with the guys from Raise the Bar TV. So good, that's coming up next.
I'm looking forward. Thanks for having me.
No problem. That's coming up next. That's coming up tomorrow. Fans, don't forget, a week from Thursday, hello opening day. I'm going to be doing Fan Focus Live, Brewers and the White Sox on the YouTube channel. So that's coming up next Thursday. So don't forget about that. So that'll do it for us. Tomorrow, March Madness, as we're getting unfocused and looking at the bracket. I'm Ryan Yannishatis, and for the It Factor, for the Hello Chicago Network, we're the focus of Chicago sports.